Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 17 College Football Playoff. We are here for more opening round action as Ohio and Coach Howard Black, Ohio Mania, take on the Big Ten champions, Coach Jarkus and the Iowa Hawkeyes. One game today. Very glad I was able to get done with work early. And then the next two games, which is Georgia Tech Coastal and Tennessee Army, that will be tomorrow night. So we're going to finish up the opening round tomorrow night, and then most likely the quarterfinals will be this weekend, but that's to be determined. As always, guys, thanks for joining in and watching along. The playoffs are definitely sporadic, so thanks for joining in, but very excited for this game. Ohio Mania, they have taken for like 3 years. It felt like Black should be making the playoff, and they've always come up just short. And then for Jarkus, the Rayshon Gloop era never delivered. He gets Jamarcus McNutt, and then SFA Player of the Year, and now they're here as the 5 seed. So winner will go on to face Iowa State in the Cotton Bowl, so we could get a Cy-Hawk playoff matchup. But as always, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim a team, change the playbooks, recruit, participate in server games, and then you can win a national championship. So let's get on into it here. Here's a look at the bracket so far. If you missed anything yesterday, Auburn took down UTSA. Iowa State took down Notre Dame, and then in a late comeback from Hawaii, Baylor survived. So no upsets yet. Traditionally in the opening round, there are no upsets. The biggest upset of all time was last season in the 5-12 matchup, which is this one, where Wyoming took down USC. So we'll see what we can do today. Neither of these teams have ever faced each other, so it's going to be a fresh game, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We got Coach Mike in here. Dogwater is here. Jarkus is here. Welcome in. Coach Phi. So going to be a lot of fun. So let's introduce the rosters, and then, of course, we are going to watch the game in its full entirety. Nolan Figgs, the senior quarterback, 94 speed. Running back Rudy Rollins, hopefully he's healthy. Ohio over the last 3 or 4 seasons has had so many problems having running back injuries. So Rudy Rollins, hopefully he is good to go, the transfer from New Mexico. At wide receiver, DeKalen Thrust, the SFA deep threat transfer from BYU. Chris Lopez, Lester Jones, and Yuto Uzuma, the SFA player who caught the game-winning touchdown against Bowling Green in the MAC championship to send them going, Bowling Green in week 14 to go to the MAC championship. Tight end is Jewel Peppercorn, transfer from Wisconsin. Remember, guys, Wisconsin beat Illinois this season. Offensive line looks like this. Some good guys, some areas, some weak spots, of course. Hubert Wells, transfer from FAU, SFA player. Kevin Simpson, and in the middle, transfer from Colorado, Jamal Dunlap. At linebacker, Ulysses Hasselman, the SFA player, Joe Brown, and at corner, SFA player, the 5-star Quayshawn Doolittle, and Piers Loxley, the SFA player. And in the back, Matt Bailey and Dante Rogers, their kicker, a 55 overall, so we'll see what Ohio Mania does. Probably can still kick better than UTSA. And now let's go check on Coach Jarkus in Iowa. We saw them on game day. They weren't all that great, but the SFA Player of the Year, Jamarcus McNutt, coming into the playoff, he had like 600 to 800 more yards than the next person. He's had one heck of a year. We'll see if he can continue it. The transfer from Rutgers. Sam Howmiller, the transfer from Oklahoma. Wide receiver, Courtney Gibson, LaShonte Bryant, the SFA player, and Josh Houston. Tight end, Michael Blount, SFA guy, and Cal Shoemaker as well, SFA player. Offensive line looks like this. And on defense, Orlando Selatonga, the SFA player, Marcus Brown, Yams legend Jaron Gilbert as well. Dan Smith. And linebackers, Cody Jenkins, Brock Greco, and SFA player Ziggy Tozama. Corners are Grant Fitzpatrick, Fred Yates, and Terrence Smith. Outback, Mike Johnson, SFA player Carlo Hadley, and Kalen Winans, SFA player as well. And Avery Talon is an SFA player. So Jarkus, if you're here, let me know. Jerseys, same thing with Ohio Mania. Coach Black, if you're here, let me know. Let's get on into this game. It's going to be a fun one, baby. Yeah, we're in the Big Ten. So opening round action, remember, Ohio is the 12th seed, but they are ranked number 23 in the country. And guys, this is a pick'em game. So this is a who wins. On paper, it's a lot closer than the experts think. So BearCave pick coming in. Are we going to see some craziness here? 2 minutes on the clock. Get those Babanas going. You're running out of chances for raffle tickets. They're due by the national championship. Coach Black wants all whites. Jarkus, you want all blacks. All right. So they debut in the all whites and all blacks. All right. So, ooh. Hold on. Let me cook here, baby. Let me cook. Let's see. Do they have the... We got to go this one. You got to go the yellow accent face mask. I love that. All right. Gonna be a fun one. Let me get my thumbnail, and then we can get on into it. So glad I was able to get off work. Man, oh man. I'm him is all I got to say. All right. 10 viewers. Thank you guys for joining in. Last second stream. I know my timing is crazy, but work picked the worst time in the world to have a catastrophic meltdown, if you know what I mean. I'm a bum, Dogwater? Brother. What's your question? Oh, brother, I can't tell you that. The way it is this season is I have 4 positions. I already have the players all ready to go. Whoever gets first gets to pick one of the 4. Whoever has second picks one of the 3. And then you get to pick between the last 2. We got a lot of Babanas on the line. 26K. Oh, baby. This is going to be a fun one. This might be... I guess the closest game on paper. I thought it was going to be Notre Dame and Iowa State. I was wrong. You know, Dogware, I'll gladly take my reward player elsewhere. He doesn't have to go to UTSA. All right. Oh, we got a snow playoff game. Oh, baby. The elements here in the Midwest, the 5-12 matchup. The winner goes on to face Iowa State in the Cotton. The #1 pass offense in the country. Let's get going. Oh, baby. The snow. Ohio wearing the all whites. This might spell trouble for the Cyhawks. Why am I saying Cyhawk? They're not the Cyclones. They're the Hawkeyes. My God, I always go straight for Cyhawk. Oh, baby, what a game. Deliver us a gem, people. Let's get her going. So here we go. The kickoff of the 5-12 matchup in the opening round. Carlo Hadley will return it for the Hawkeyes. He aims out. Oh, he has space! Carlo Hadley across the 50, but there's a flag.
Personal foul. Clipping. Receiving team.
So they will start on their own 18.
Still first down.
Nasty work here to start the game. Oh, baby. All right, Jamarcus McNutt. SFA Player of the Year hands it off to Sam Howmiller, who's been a bit of a team MVP in his own right. He's been injured pretty much his entire time since transferring from Oklahoma. Finally healthy this year. And then LaShonte Bryant, the SFA player, bottom of the screen. 2nd and 5. Handoff to Howmiller again, and he'll get 7. So a quick first down here for Howmiller. So now in the pistol, Jamarcus McNutt. The handoff to Hal Miller again, the third straight carry. So it's clear Iowa has adjusted their play calling to reflect this. Up to the 35. Looks like two tight end set. Cal Shoemaker, the 5-star tight end, is in the game. Handoff to Hal Miller again. He gets a hole, and that's another first down. Welcome in, Coach Nathan. Getting ready to watch some Jamarcus McNutt action, your former quarterback. And now we're going empty set. 1st and 10. It's a run in honor of Coach Nathan, who had him in the triple option. But look at this, 4,600 yards. Next highest quarterback was hovering around the 3,900 mark, coming into the CFP. So no passes yet. They're on their own 43. They're going to audible now. Shoemaker in motion. There'll be a throw. Jamarcus McNutt yams it deep. Open man! Hits him down the sideline inside the 10. Courtney Gibson. SFA Player of the Year, as he breaks Rayshon Gloop's record for passing yards in a season. He shatters it. And he is only about 600 or 700 yards away from Lou Ishshire's record. 1st and goal. Quick option, and down he goes. I don't know if the record is broken, like the NCAA record in general, but it's on the history sheet. Lou Ishshire had like 4,300 yards for Tennessee one year. So now we got the Wildcat, 2nd and goal. Man in motion. Hal Miller keeps it, and he'll carry it. Not the most exciting run there, as Piers Loxley brings him down. Lucky Hal Miller didn't fumble that away. So at the 11, it's 3rd and goal. Chance for opening drive points. McNutt drops back. McNutt over the middle. Wide open man. Touchdown, Michael Blount. Iowa takes the lead. And talk about efficiency. 2 for 2. 60 yards and a tutty for the SFA Player of the Year. What a start for Iowa and Ohio. They've got to figure out how to cover these passes. So Avery Talon, SFA kicker. Oh man, these guys are shirtless in the snow. That's wild. All right, great start for the Iowa Hawkeyes. See if Ohio can respond. They do have Nolan Figs. Oh, what a move! So a couple of great returns to start the game. Now Ohio Mania, when healthy, has the most explosive offense in the group of 5. DeKalen Thruss, Jewel Peppercorn, Rudy Rollins, and Nolan Figs. As long as Nolan Figs doesn't have turnover problems, we should be okay. Opening play, handoff to Rudy Rollins. He has room, and he gets 12. Rollins was a gem prospect, official SFA player, transferred to Ohio on a broken promise. 4 wide, pistol form. Handoff to Rudy again. He gets outside, and down he goes. Kyle Andrews on the tackle. Came a Illini legend. We were in the race. 2nd and 11 now. Nolan Figs hands it off here. Broken tackle. There goes Rudy. He cuts outside. He gets 16. We haven't seen much of Rudy Rollins this year, as he has struggled with injuries. That's why he transferred. But he is healthy today. 1st and 10, back to the pistol. No throws yet for Nolan Figs. The snow may actually help Ohio. And down he goes. Negative yardage, big play there, Marcus Brown. Look at the penetration. 2nd and 15 now. We're about halfway through this opening quarter. Shotgun set. Motion. They hand it off on the jet sweep. There's a lot of room, and Chris Lopez gets 7. What I'm seeing in the snow is the ball carrier vision is not very good. These guys are running into the back of their own linemen a bunch. I wonder if snow impacts that. So a 3rd and 8. Motion. Biggs will throw it over the middle. It's caught! Big play to Kalen Thrust. So a ton of wide open men on both sides as DeKellen Thrust breaks the record for school receptions. Levon Brazil, what a name. So 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Handoff, Rollins up the gut. He's pushing, and they tear him down after 7. Great drive for Ohio Mania. The MAC champions. Jewel Peppercorn checks in at tight end. Takes the handoff. They'll throw it to the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown, Ohio Mania. DeKellen Thrust strikes right back. And what I'm seeing early on is there's just no coverage anywhere. And DeKellen Thrust is going to go down in the record books for pretty much every record here for Ohio, after being here just 1 season. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. And when these teams do decide to throw it, they're wide open. Snow playing a massive factor here in the playoff. This is why we play games on campus, folks. I absolutely love it. So Carlo Hadley, his 2nd chance. Oh, he makes a move, gets to the 30. So the Big Ten champions, what do they have in store on their 2nd possession? Neither team has really gotten into a 3rd down scenario except Ohio on 1 occasion. Handoff, Hal Miller. This time he gets stuffed for 4. What a start. Under center is McNutt. He hands it off. That's another hole, and down he goes. Great tackle there by Myers. It's going to be a 3rd down. Can Ohio Mania get off the field? Cal Shoemaker to the slot. He motions back in. They'll throw it. Jamarcus steps up, finds his man, 1st down. I am McNutty for Jamarcus McNutt, baby. I absolutely love him. He's had such a great season. Bunch, they'll toss that way. There goes Hal Miller. He'll get 6. This game might turn into who can get a stop. Winner has a date with Iowa State. Motion. It's Blount. Handoff. Hal Miller breaks a tackle. He finds some room. They're going to call him short. It'll be 3rd down. Hey, I always insert some questionable names. Not my fault they become the best players. 3rd and inches. And that's a big gain for Hal Miller. If only Rayshon Gloop panned out, man. You just got glooped. 1st and 10. Can they do it again? Jamarcus McNutt. He is yet to throw an incompletion. This one's for 3. Yeah, I want the Cy-Hawk, even though I absolutely love Ohio Mania. This is that 1st round matchup that I really would love either outcome. As we're yamming it deep left side. 50-50. It's caught! LaShonte Bryant on your dome! There's a height difference, but don't tell Bryant that. Oh, baby! An absolute beautiful yam. First and goal. And it's a QB sneak! We almost never see the sneak. Almost never. Jamarcus McNutt whipping out the entire playbook tonight. Second and goal. And they punch it home. Hal Miller, touchdown, Iowa! An extraordinary yam leads to the lead. Bang, bang, bang. So now can Ohio Mania respond? The battle of the two-star quarterbacks. Actually, I think Nolan Figgs was a 3-star. What kind of mascot has a helmet? Dude's a bum. I will always cheer for Iowa State, even though I love the Hawkeyes. They'll return this one. Breaks a tackle up to around the 30. What a start to the game. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. Hardly any defense. So Ohio Mania's turn now. Hand it back off to Rudy Rollins. He goes through, gets 7. Welcome in, Coach Wind. Second and 3, final play of the first quarter. Motion. He fakes it. Nolan Figgs, he'll throw it to the boundary, and it's caught! What a throw! What a first quarter. Both teams have come to play. So Ohio across the 50 to Kalen Thrust, already at 50 yards. Peppercorn in motion. Figgs has time over the middle, yams it deep. That's a completion. Lester Jones. Another big time first down. Both quarterbacks just can't miss. These defenses are just stuck in the mud. 4 wide, Udo Uzuma checks in. First and 10 for Figgs. He yams it deep to the boundary. Touchdown to Kalen Thrust. The diving grab ties the game. This might be the greatest display of offense to start a game in SFA history. 4 drives, 4 miraculous touchdowns. Neither quarterback has an incompletion. We've seen 3 total third downs. Incredible. No notes. And this is all in the rain or snow. So this one will be returnable. It's Hal Miller out there now, and he'll go past the 30. Tell your mama, tell your papa to get to TCS Network. We've got a barn burner. DeKalen Thrust soloing against the SFA Player of the Year, Jamarcus McNutt. Drops back over the middle. Oh my God, what a hit! Is he alive? What is happening? That is the biggest hit I've ever seen. What in the world? Handoff now, and Hal Miller spins for 6. This game has everything. Oh, I'm so glad we're streaming today. This game is delivering. 14-14. The 5-12 matchup looking great. And there's a sack. Jamal Dunlap, the SFA player. Transferred from Colorado. The blue square, you're exactly right, Coach Mike. 2nd and 13. The fullback dive because, of course, it happens. He gets 7. Phillips trying to make up for the clipping call on the opening kickoff. So 3rd down. First big chance for Ohio to get off the field. The snap. McNutt yams it deep left side, and he connects! Touchdown, Iowa! Courtney Gibson on your dome! And McNutt might break the record today. He only needs about 600 more yards. This is already such a different team than we saw in the Cy-Hawk matchup on game day at the beginning of the season. Oh, baby. What a start. But where's the defense, folks? Where is the defense? I know, in a snow game as well, you'd expect them to just run it. I guess the snow is only affecting these defenses. These secondaries just look so slow. Iowa's ran double the plays, but only down 7. Yeah, we're seeing flurries of yams, Coach Phi. Forget the snow. Got a Category 1 Yamacane coming. I'm not going to trademark Yamacane. That was terrible. Ziggy Tozama makes a negative play. SFA linebacker. Second and 14, Nolan Figs. Over the middle, that's a catch. Neither team has thrown an incompletion yet, but this is our first big chance for the defense to show up. 3rd down for Ohio Mania. Split backs. Nolan Figs, he drops back. 4-man rush. He has time and runs out. It's Orlando Selatonga, the SFA player. So Ohio Mania blinks first. And Figs was gearing up for a yam. So our first punt of the ball game. 21-14. Here's the punt. It will be returned. Across the 50. He angles left and gets inside the 45. Carlo Hadley. So great starting field position for Iowa. They could really bust this game open. They could bust a McNutt, so to speak. That's a keeper here for McNutt. He finds the outside. Look at him go! McNutt for 12. 55 speed, by the way. And he learned how to do that from Nathan at Rutgers, who had him in the triple option with 55 speed. Nathan was on to something. 2nd and 7. Inside the 30, the numbers starting to get hard to read. Handoff for Hal Miller. Down he goes. Yeah, he's definitely was designed to be a tree stump. Would not advise running with Jamarcus McNutt. So 3rd and 3. Shoemaker to the slot. Fakes the handoff. They'll throw it to the boundary, and he's short of the line to gain. So Ohio Mania gets the stop. And they will line up for a kick. 37 yards to take a 2-score lead. Iowa, the kick is up. Avery Talon, and it's no good! The SFA kicker pushes it left. Wow! Ohio Mania dodges a bullet. Halfway through the second quarter, he'll float this one. That was risky. Thrust gets 3. We still do not have an incompletion on the ball game for either team. This game is cooking. 2nd and 7. Play action. Ohio Mania. He yams to the corner, and it's caught by Chris Lopez. Looked like it could have been a pick 6. It'll be 3rd and 1. Third and 1, empty set here. Watch the QB draw. It's a keeper, and down he goes! Nolan Figs couldn't fake anybody. Andrews, his 2nd TFL of the ball game. Hadley was in there as well. So a couple of 3-and-outs in a row for Ohio Mania. 21-14. The kick is deep. They will return it. So they came up empty with a missed field goal on the last possession. Ohio will get the ball after halftime, so they've got to step up on defense. Piers Loxley, Quayshawn Doolittle, who's going to make a play? McNutt drops back, yams it over the middle, it's complete. Big hit on Josh Houston, but he hangs on, his first catch of the ball game. 9 for 9 start for the SFA Player of the Year. The handoff, Hal Miller. He'll go spinning up the middle. He gets 8. Second and 2. McNutt keeps it. He has some room trying to get the first, and he will not get it. So it's 3rd down. Third down, they come out under center. 3rd and inches. McNutt hands it off. Hal Miller will get it with ease. He explodes up the middle. And that's 19 yards. Massive gash up the gut. Look at him break tackles. Incredible job. Sam Hal Miller, what a grab in the transfer portal 3 years ago. Finally makes an impact. Back under center, 2 tight ends. Shoemaker in motion. Another handoff. Hal Miller reverses field, finds the hole, and he spins down to the 5. Goal to go for Iowa. The handoff. Hal Miller, he'll go backwards. Hal Miller already over 100 yards here in the first half. McNutt hands it off again. Hal Miller to the short side. Down he goes again. Ohio Mania standing tall. Can they get off the field? 3rd and goal, empty set. McNutt, he has time, hits his man, but he'll be short. Another stop from Ohio Mania. They'll kick a field goal. This one about 24 yards, right hash. Talon, can he convert this one? They'll run the clock. 24 yards from right hash. To push it to a 2-score game. The kick gets up, and it is good for the Hawkeyes. So a 10-point lead here for Iowa. Ohio will return. All right, so 2 straight drives. They haven't done much. They've gone away from the run game. See if Ohio Mania can score before half. Remember, they do have the ball after halftime. And off for Rudy Rollins. He gets to the edge. He shugs him off. He breaks another tackle. He's up to the 40. Big time run from Rudy Rollins. Gets him in fringe jam range. They now have a chance to add points. But remember, they do not have much of a kicker. Nolan Figs floats that out of bounds. So that's the first incompletion on the game for either team. Wild. Shotgun set, 46 seconds. Biggs drops back. He has some time. He gears up for a yam, and it runs out. Another sack. So 3rd and 18. The snap. And they do nothing with it. So a timeout from Iowa now. And they'll have to punt. So here comes Iowa. First and 10 for Jamarcus McNutt. Trying to add more points. Quick throw to the boundary, and that's incomplete. The first incompletion for McNutt on the day. 2nd and 10 now. "27 seconds. Deep drop for McNutt. He throws it to the corner. It's caught, but they get maybe 3. It'll be a 3rd down. Third down, 7 to go. Back under center. Quick throw on the slant, and it's tipped away. So at least Ohio will keep it at 2 scores going to halftime. But Ohio, they got to figure this out. They had 2 amazing drives to start and nothing since. See if they can get a decent return. Oh no, he drops it! Luckily, it does not end in disaster. Slaughter almost messed that up. It bounced off his knee. So 12 seconds left. They'll probably just fall on it. Looks like they'll run a real play, though. Hand off Rudy Rollins. He'll spin off, and down he goes. And that will do it. So as we end the half, it's 24-14 for Iowa. Ohio Mania's got to get the offense back. What a first half that was, folks. Thanks for joining in the 5-12 matchup. 10-point lead for Iowa. Game started out offense heavy. Kind of trailed off there at the end for Ohio. See if they can re-find that spark. Kalen Thrust, big part of that first half. What kind of freak show goes no gloves at wide receiver? Especially in the snow, you gotta wear gloves. So look at the first half stats. Oh baby, Ohio Mania cannot run the ball, and they've had almost no possession. Textbook game so far from Jamarcus McNutt in this Iowa team, giving me a lot more confidence in this team in a game day style. They had a bad showing in the Cyhawk matchup. hoping to get back to the Cotton Bowl for the Cy-Hawk matchup. This is the first ever playoff appearance for both of these teams. Who's ready for the moment? Here we go. Slaughter returns it up to about the 25. First and 10. Ohio Mania has the ball. It'll be Rudy Rollins. He'll get himself about 8. Ohio Mania, next play, throws it away. They haven't been able to do anything since that first quarter. So it'll be a third down. Third down for Ohio Mania. The carry for Rollins. He'll get it. Big carry there. 68 yards on the day for Rollins. 7 tackles already for Ziggy Tozama. Unique formation here. They'll hand it off. Rollins gets 5. So down 10. They really need to find a score here. Keep pace. And hope for McNutt to turn it over. 2nd and 5. Motion. Biggs, he'll throw it. Biggs over the middle, hits the slant, and that's a first down. Chris Lopez. Nine for 11. Full house action across the 50. Hand off, and down goes Rollins. He goes nowhere. Kalen Winans on the tackle. SFA player safety. 2nd and 13, one high safety. Peppercorn in motion. Rollins to the outside. He gets the corner. He cuts in, he cuts out, and he'll spin for 11. It'll be a 3rd and 2. Rollins having a great showing here in his debut in the playoff. Can they keep the drive going? Nolan Figs, quick option, spins off one, and he can't get the first down. You gotta go for this, and they'll punt from the 30. No shot. Punting from the 30-yard line. Oh, I'm sick. They'll angle this out at least, and oh, they got him down inside the 5. What a punt. If you're gonna weenie punt, at least you do get him inside the 5. We're in safety range now, boys. Can they get out of the end zone? Hal Miller goes down. Terrible punt. Cannot believe they punted that. 4th and inches, come on. But can they get a stop? 2nd and 8, the handoff. Hal Miller, he pushes forward, and it's a first down. Devastating run right there. They got to go 98 yards, though. McNutt hands it off again. Hal Miller having a day. He gets 5. 24-14. Almost halfway through this 3rd quarter. Winner has a date with the Cy-Hawk. Or no, Cyclones. Motion from the tight end. Another handoff, and he gets a yard. 23 carries for Hal Miller. 3rd and 5. Will McNutt throw the ball? Shotgun. It's a screen. McNutt connects. Hal Miller, he'll be short. So So Ohio will get the ball back. So 4th and 3, halfway through this third quarter. Ohio Mania will get great field position here. They're across the 45. Pretty much right where they would have been had they just gone for it. So I guess that decision worked out for him more or less. Figs now over the middle, yams it deep. What a throw! Lester Jones. Figs absolutely layered it right in there. Oh boy. Ill audible. Everybody's on the short side. First and 10. He hits his man. First down. Chris Lopez. They're now in scoring range. On the 12. Handoff Rudy Rollins, and he gets maybe 4. Second and 6. Massive moment in this game. Ohio needs points. Peppercorn in motion. Another handoff. Rudy Rollins cuts inside, and it's going to be 3rd down. He had a touchdown if he found the outside there. Third and 2 for Ohio Mania. It'll be a roll right. He throws it. He's open and cuts inside, and they'll call him short. The fullback, Myrick. They're on the inch. And it's a QB sneak. Touchdown, Nolan Figs. We so rarely see the QB sneak called, and it's been called 2 times today. That might double the amount of times we've seen the QB sneak called in like the last 2 IRL years. That's crazy. Maybe the snow triggers it. I don't know. Teams never call the sneak. So it's a 3-point game here. Cheeks are tightening on both sides. Just under 12 minutes left in this game day. The 5-12 matchup. Since expanding to 12 teams to add the opening round, we've only seen 4 total upsets in 4.5 years. The stiffy from Hal Miller. Are we on the verge of seeing our 5th? Second and 10. Jamarcus McNutt, Hal Miller, he goes nowhere. Ohio Mania. Oh, baby. It's WrestleMania week. Ohio Mania stepping up. Third down. McNutt, the mid-screen. It's going nowhere. He's sacked. Ulysses Hasselman. Oh, baby, Ohio Mania is here. Coach Black is so hyped he turned into a sheep. He's screaming, "Bah," in the chat. "Bah, bah." I think he means bang, but we'll take it. So they'll get more great field position, and they'll be down 3. They'll start across midfield yet again, this time inside the 40. Talk about field position masterclass from the MAC. Some action here invading the CFP. Ohio Mania. They can take the lead on this drive. There goes Rudy Rollins up the gut. What a third quarter this has been. Down 10 at halftime. They can take the lead right here. Biggs on the run, almost intercepted. Iowa's got to step up. Somebody's got to get in their bag here. 2nd and 10. Go back to the run, and down he goes. It'll be 3rd and 6. The question is, how far is field goal range for Ohio Mania? Are they in range here? I don't think so. 3rd and 6. Third quarter coming to a close. The audible. Pistol. Figs. The corner blitz over the middle. It's dropped. DeKalen Thrust had it and he dropped it. And they'll kick a field goal. 36 yards to tie the game. The kick. It's up and it's off the upright. We get a doink in the CFP. They had the tie. This is why you recruit SFA kickers, even though Talon already missed one in this game on the other side. So 2 missed field goals. McNutt comes back out on offense. He yams it deep. I thought that had a chance, and there's just nobody in the area. Could have been intentional grounding. Oh, that hurts, Ohio Mania. You had so much momentum. All right, can they survive? Tons of motion from McNutt. Deep drop. He floats it, and that's a catch on the comeback route. McNutt threatening 200 yards now. What a game this is. 24-21. As we prepare for the 4th quarter. Who's headed to Arlington, I think is where the Cotton is held. And off to Hal Miller. He'll push forward. Oh, I thought he stayed on his feet. So that'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Oh, baby, what a game this has been. 24-21. Who wants Iowa State? I was going to have to step up. That was an abysmal 3rd quarter from the Big Ten champions. Under center. Hand off. There's Hal Miller. He cuts up field. He gets 9. 24-21. Cross the 50. Athelman having a good game at 4 TFLs and a sack. Under center is McNutt. He'll hand it off again. Hal Miller to the corner. What a play from the linebacker. Getting off the block. Who needs taxes when you could get a trophy, Jarkus? 2nd and 10. McNutt. Over the middle, it's caught. It spins forward, LaShawnte Bryant. It's a 1st down. LaShawnte Bryant having one heck of a game. McNutt over 200 yards. 1st and 10. Handoff, and Hal Miller gets 5. 8 minutes left. Ohio Mania's got to stop them for a field goal, keep it at 1 possession. Three wide and a tight end. Hand up the middle. The safety makes a play. It's third down. Chance to get off the field. If you want to advance in the CFP, you've got to make plays. You've got to live up to the moment. 3rd and 1. The handoff. Hal Miller, he'll get it with ease. Rufus the Bobcat not liking this one. 7 minutes now. Shotgun form, McNutt with the counter. Hal Miller to the corner. They push him out. He's at the 12. Threatening the end zone. Trying to push it back to 2 scores. The Hawkeyes hand off. Up the gut. A big hit. Down to the 5. Iowa is cooking. Oh, look at the moves. 1st and goal for the Hawkeyes. Goal line form. Motion. McNutt. Hal Miller. Inside to the 2. 2nd and goal. Ohio Mania on the ropes. The snap. Hal Miller. Touchdown, Iowa! They go back up 10. Hal Miller's been dominant. 31-21. What a drive there from Hal Miller. So Ohio Mania goes from a field goal to tie it to back down 10. 6.5 minutes left. And as always, when you're down 2 scores, as long as they score... Oh, we got a return! He has the edge! This could be it! Ohio Mania strikes back down to the 3! A 90-yard return! Travis Slaughter! Exactly what they needed! Handoff up the gut. Touchdown, Ohio Mania! How about that? Striking back in 3 seconds. And how ironic is it Iowa choking on special teams? Ferentz would be absolutely sick. 31-28. 6 minutes left. We got a game again. What a return from Travis Slaughter. He couldn't finish the job, but 90 yards was good enough. 1st and 10. McNutt right back out there. Oh, baby, what a game. Hal Miller, he finds room, and he gets himself a 1st down. If Ohio wants to win this game, they got to figure out a way to stop this guy. 184! Sheesh. 1st and 10. If I'm Ohio Mania, you just stack the box. Then you also got Jamarcus McNutt, who has all the time in the world, and he goes down. It's a coverage sack. Hubert Wells, the SFA player. What a coverage sack. Look at the yards disparity. 2nd and 15. They'll hand it back off to Hal Miller. Oh, he runs over 2 defenders. It'll be 3rd and 4. Hal Miller doing tricks on it now. 195. Threatening the 200 mark. But none of that matters if they don't get the win. They keep the drive alive. He stays on his feet. Hal Miller with the 1st. Ohio Mania can't believe it. 200 yards and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Hal Miller again, another carry. He'll get 8. Their only hope is stopping him for a field goal, I think. This is going to come down to Nolan Figg's legacy drive, isn't it, folks? We all know how those go. 2nd and 2, the handoff, Hal Miller. He finds some room, down he goes. What a tackle. It'll be 3rd down. Chance to get off the field. They're hurrying it up. Interesting decision. The handoff, Hal Miller to the boundary. He'll get the 1st again. They're now at the 44 minutes left. Iowa City is rocking. Hal Miller at 214. No, that's not a section number. That's his rushing yards. McNutt makes an adjustment. They're running clock now. Ohio Mania going to have to use the timeout soon. It's going to come down to if they can hold them to a field goal attempt. The toss to the left side. Hal Miller turns. That's a 1st down. But he goes out of bounds. 2:27. Clock continues to run. What is the call? The handoff. Hal Miller again. Another gig carry. But he goes out of bounds. Will the clock stop? No, it does not. They're not calling their timeouts quite yet. 2nd and 2. Looks like they'll let this clock run. Man, just the sheer power of Iowa might be enough. Second and 2, a couple of 1st downs will do it. The handoff to Hal Miller, and he goes down short. So here's the chance for Ohio Mania. They need a negative play. Under center. McNutt, he'll throw it. McNutt over the middle, incomplete! What are you doing, Iowa? They'll bring out the field goal unit. Ohio Mania gets their chance. Insane. You gotta just run the ball. Oh no. So it all comes down to this. A Nolan Figg's legacy drive. They need a touchdown. They were bailed out by a kickoff return, but the age-old question for Ohio Mania is Nolan Figg's the guy. 80 yards away. 2 minutes. Here's your chance. The Cotton Bowl on the line. Peppercorn out wide. He has been non-existent today. Play action. Figs. He's going to trip over his own offensive lineman. Not like this. Third and 16. Please. I'm on my knees. Yams it deep and caught! But there's a flag! It's going to be offensive pass interference! Oh no!
Still 3rd down.
Coach Black is sick. It's 3rd and 25. A screen. He gets it out to Myrick and he goes out of bounds. Not like this. Game on the line. 4th and 1,000,000. Does Ohio Mania have a miracle? Ohio Mania floats it, intercepted! It's going the other way! We're gonna get the Cyhawk in the Cotton Bowl! McNutt all over. Hal Miller just needs to not make an epic mistake a la Penn State. A minute 8 away from the Cotton. The counter. Hal Miller goes down. Ohio Mania could still get the ball back. 3rd and goal. The snap. Hal Miller spins. Touchdown, Iowa! The exclamation point. And they'll go for 2 to make it a 2-score game. Hand off to Hal Miller to the outside. Breaks it, and that's going to be it. Who the heck is McNutt? Thank you, Cryo, for the gifted. Who the heck is McNutt? Jamarcus McNutt watching on stream, I guess. Hilarious. Let's go. So 1st and 10. Ohio Mania, they need 2 touchdowns here. KJ always asking where's his hug at. Oh man, what a game for Ohio Mania. In here till the very end. But the Big Ten champions just had enough. And that might be the game you got to circle in the quarterfinal. The Cyhawk matchup in Dallas. Or wherever it's going to be. Wherever the Cotton is. 3rd and 16, the floaty to Jewel Peppercorn. So 4th down. Figs over the middle. It's a catch. Oh, he missed it. There he goes. Chris Lopez gives Ohio Mania a chance. 63 to the dome. It's not over yet, folks. Blown coverage, missed tackle. Oh, baby. But they need the extra point. Oh, man. Coach Jarkus. Watch out, buddy. This one could be brutal. This one could be brutal. They need the onside kick. Game on the line right here. And it's recovered. They got to force a fumble. Runs over a man, and down he goes. It's the 5-star Cal Shoemaker. So that's going to do it. What a game in the 5-12 matchup. Lived up to the hype of being the only game today. As the SFA Player of the Year falls on it. And we hit 000s here in the opening round. Iowa outlasts Ohio Mania 42-35. Coach Jarkus, in his first ever playoff appearance, gets a well-fought win on the back of the SFA Player of the Year, Jamarcus McNutt, and the transfer running back, Sam Hal Miller. Iowa will advance to the Cotton Bowl, where they will face Iowa State. We'll see you in the Cyhawk. Oh my goodness, what a game, and what does that set up? Oh no, poor Chum Toad. We can't let Dogwater get more reward players. Oh man. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Chum blowing a massive lead. Alright, well, Tennessee's more likely to win than Army, so What a game. 42-35 is your final. We'll check the players of the game. We'll check the scoring summary. What a day for Sam Howell-Miller. Having a LaShawn McCoy snow game type performance. That's going to be the game of the first round. This one and Hawaii and Baylor lived up to the hype. Those games have been so much fun. So even in this era of auto bids, we're still getting very fun competitive games between these G5 champs and these Power 5 champs, folks. Sure, we're not getting upsets, but even before we expanded or before we switched these type of formats, we weren't getting close games anyways. So 42-35, 18 points in the fourth quarter. Jamarcus McNutt, 14 of 18, 207, 2 touchdowns. And how can you not say Sam Howell-Miller's the front runner for CFP MVP? 47 attempts, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns. Shante Bryant, Gibson had some good plays. Ziggy Tozama, SFA player, gets 8 tackles. Kyle Andrews gets 3. 4 total sacks on the day, 1 interception. How about Kyle Andrews, a 69 overall linebacker, making this kind of stat line for him? Incredible job. Nope, just 1 tonight. The next 2 will be tomorrow night as I have a basketball game. And I do want to split it up because it's a lot of work doing highlights and everything for 3 games. And then kicking Avery Talon, the SFA player, 2 of 3. And Nolan Figgs, his career ends here. But it was not his fault. He played very well. 15-21, 226, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Rudy Rollins goes for over 100 yards. He will be back next season. Thrust had a big game in his final showcase. Chris Lopez looking good. So there will be some turnover here for Ohio Mania, but they got over the hump. They won the MAC. And they made the playoff, which has been the goal for Ohio Mania for about 3 years. We've come a long way for Ohio Mania since they won that double OT game over Kansas in like season 12. The birthplace of Ohio Mania. So let me pay you guys out. There was a lot of Bob and us on the line. So Iowa wins the straight-up game. And we'll check players of the game before we get on out of here. Remember, guys, we'll be back for 2 more games tomorrow. It will be Georgia Tech, Coastal Carolina, and it will be Army, Tennessee. So your players of the game are Figgs, Hasselman, Andrews, and Howell-Miller. As Iowa wins outright. So thank you guys so much for watching. The VOD will be available here in a couple of minutes. And highlights for this game will be available late tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.